Welcome to another episode of KhunShawn Yapps, where I sit here and tell you guys about my experiences of the world. And today I'm going to be talking about how I've recently changed my perception of time. And I've always said time is an illusion. And I agree, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like these days were created so people could have a schedule, so people could stay on time if they had a meeting. And the more that I decided I'm gonna do my own thing, the more I realized like it doesn't really matter. Just live, right? Live in the moment is something that I like to do a lot, right? Living in the moment is what I'm currently doing, right? When you just sit and you focus on the eternal now, which is right now. Like, what are you doing right now? I'm sitting here talking to you guys while there's a video playing and on the side to keep the thoughts rolling. It's enjoyable. It's a great time. And recently I woke up today. Today, right? I woke up today. And usually when I wake up, I have this like little mantra. It's like, it's another day for success, or today's a day closer to success. And then, last night, I learned this a long time ago, but last night was like a refresher course on manifestation. And basically when you're manifestating, there's no time set to manifestation, right? You move your internal frequency to the path that you want to be on, right? I believe that there's multiverses, and these multiverses are constant, right? When it comes to time, right? The actual idea of time, multiple things are happening at multiple moments in time, right? And when these things are going on at multiple moments, it's interesting. Like, you change your frequency into something that you would want. So if you want something in the future, say you want a big house or a fancy car, it's not about manifesting it to be in your reality now. It's tuning yourself to the frequency of you're enjoying your life so much, but you're going to be moving in the position to get the fancy car or the fancy house. If you're waiting on your outside reality to reflect what you want internally, that's not how that works. You got to wait. You got to have this internally and then let this guide you on your path of life. So if you want to be a billionaire, there are definitely steps to becoming billionaires. They're all over the internet. Some of them are paywalled, of course, but there are multiple ways for you to get to a billionaire. But before you even start that journey, you need to learn about yourself, and you got to learn about how the world works for you in here. Because you might not even really want to be a billionaire, but you want the luxury and the assets that come with being a billionaire. Little did you know, you can get these luxury and assets without even having to touch that number in your bank account. Like, that number in your bank account does not represent who you would be as a billionaire. That is just a byproduct of becoming said billionaire, right? And it's very interesting. Like, again, like every day I will wake up like, oh, it's another day for success. It's another day to get closer to achieving. And it's like, after that refresher course, it's like, man, it's already here. Like, I already live I live my best life, honestly. I do martial arts. I have beautiful women. I get to record. Oh, sorry, I went like this. When you go like this, it zooms in. Let's see, can it zoom out? I have the technology that I want. I have the friends that I want. Everything is right for me. Everything is good for me. I don't need to chase anything. And if anything, I'm just doing my thing. And when people show up and they enjoy it, shout out to you guys. I say you guys enjoy the KhunShawn Yapps. That's it's not what I'm looking for, but I am glad to be able to make this and people resonate with it, because that is really, if anything, what I would want, to make something and then people resonate with it, which they already do. When it comes to the other videos, people resonate with those videos too. That's why they watch them. And I appreciate you guys watching them. It's, yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me continue. I get so wrapped up, man. I get so wrapped up, but Yeah. Anyways, I would say every day is a new day, but literally today, waking up for the first time, it doesn't feel like a new day. It feels like a continuation of yesterday. And if anything, like yesterday, today, again, time, like all those things, those concepts, very subjective. For me, it's like they don't really exist. Like, yeah, the sun goes up, the sun goes down. Does that necessarily mean that something has changed? I would say not necessarily because the sun up and the sun goes down that there is change. I would say there is change because you're developing or you're growing. If you learn, if you, it's 11 o'clock right now. If I decided to read a book and learn something new in that book, and now it's 1 p.m., I have grown from 11 to 1 p.m. I'm no longer the same person that I was. And you shouldn't need an entire day cycle or a week cycle or a year cycle to see that you have developed. You are constantly developing at all times. And all of these different developments, when you become aware of them, that is what can help you move towards manifesting the desired reality that you are working towards. Remember, the desired reality that you want comes from in here, and it always has came from in here, right? Then that this is the part where I pull out Bible verses and be like, "Oh, God, you can't go without looking within, and if you look within, there's God, and then you find God, God being what's inside of you and your perception of reality, how you want to move it." I mean, I just did parts of it, but I don't want to quote scripture. I just want to sit and say, all of us have the ability to live a more fulfilled life. You don't need to have the ideal life that you think you want, but you can live a very, very good life to where you even exceed the desired reality you would think that you want. Remember, we are not our thoughts, right? Our thoughts are a byproduct of wanting to be or wanting to do. You don't need to want to be or want to do. You are already being, right? We are human beings, not human doers, right? Human beings. We are being. We are what we are and what you decide to do. And it's easy to get distracted and have somebody tell you what you should do or how you should feel and how you should look. This is happening all the time, but it always comes from within here. And if you can master that, and to master what's in here is absolutely tough. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort on top of it. But that's better than taking all that effort and then wasting it on something else. A lot of people in this life, they expect somebody else to fulfill their desires, right? When they're looking for a romantic partner, they're thinking their partner's going to fulfill every single desire that they have. That's not how that works. It's a teamwork thing, right? You give something, they give something, and you two balance each other out, and you guys perform better as a team. But if you really want to excel and find like one of the best team members, one of the best team members is yourself. So once you start figuring out what it is that you are, how you move, what you like, that makes it easier for you to find a partner that matches these values. And not every partner is going to match every other value, but it's the core values that really, really matter. And a friend of mine, Vanessa, shout out to her, she taught me this to like, because she travels the world. She's traveled for 11 years and went to multiple different countries. And she would tell me how when she goes back home, the rare time she goes back home, she gets to meet her friends and it's like time never passed. And that's very interesting because, I've always leveled up. And as I leveled up, people break away, and that is normal. That is normal life. As you progress in life, the people that are still doing the same thing back there, you guys aren't going to really resonate. But that's because they were friends from school or friends from work. If you really want to find true friends, if you can find true friends when you're younger, that's absolutely amazing. That means you guys have something to bond over. That's a core value. Like a core value would be something like your philosophy. And philosophies change all the time. But if you guys can respect each other's philosophy, oh, well, there you go. You have another core binding moment. You guys respect what each other have to say. And that's absolutely big. So I would say for this KhunShawn Yapps, man, just remember to be aware of everything. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of your perspective and your perception of time. However you see time is how you see it. How I see it, completely different. And if you want to see it like I see it, you got to take a lot of steps to see how I see it. Because I love how I see it. I love not having to check my watch. Like the only reason why I have this watch is for fitness reasons. It's like it tells me if I'm stressed. It tells me, when I'm working out, how many calories I burn. Right? That's the benefit. It's not really to know what time it is, unless I have to know what time it is for somebody else, or if we have something planned. Right? I do have plans to go out on a Friday, but for me, Fridays whenever. You know what I'm saying? But absolutely, it's a blessing. And once you start living with a full sense of your purpose, things will just naturally click. Please do not try and force things. Like, I know a lot. I have a lot of young people that say they want to do this and want to be that. I'd say go for it, but make sure it's something that you truly feel that is for you, and take whatever steps you need to take to get there. But remember that external value is never going to make you fulfilled. You're never going to be happy. There's people with $3 million and they think that's chump change because they compare themselves with somebody that has $30 million, and that person with $30 million thinks 20 million is chump change because they compare themselves with somebody with $200 million. And it keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going, which is a good progression feedback for some people. It also helps you create amazing companies. And if you have an amazing team, or you're changing multiple lives within that team to make it better, absolutely beautiful. But then a lot of people also end up getting lost in the numbers game. So remember, even though time is an illusion, the time that we have is still finite. So enjoy it and enjoy your life, and do what it is that makes you feel fulfilled. Even if it's a side project, that side project, that's what matters. You do your main job so you get money, and then you go to your side project. And maybe if you do your side project well enough, it can be your main project. It's your boy KhunShawn with KhunShawn Yapps. I hope you guys got some wisdom, some insightfulness, and some inspiration. Remember, inspiration only takes you halfway. You still got to look within. And I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Y'all be safe. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.